Hey everybody, I want to give everybody a update on where I'm at on my 31 Model A pickup. I took about a month and a half, 2 months off to deal with getting a new roof put on my house and getting my trailer fixed from hail damage, so that took a lot of my time. Then I had some family member stuff break down that we had to work on. But over the course of the last couple of weeks I've been back on it again, and this is where I'm at on it. As you can see, I've got the hood sides on, the hood on. The hood is gapped. The top and the bottom of the hood sides are also gapped where they need to be. What I've got to do now is I got to come in here, see where this is tight. I got to open that up, and then where it gets big down here, I got to fill that in. I'll weld a piece of steel on the edge of that and fill that in and re-gap it. Lots happened to these hood sides. They're not a very sweet part. If you recall, in some of my other videos I talked about my hood wanting to run uphill. Well, because of the full height grill and radiator and this and that, and having to drop everything down, well, I dropped everything down 1.5 inches. So because I had to do that, I had to go from 0.0 here down 1.5 inches, because this surface here was actually up to here. So I cut a 1.5 inch pie across here out and moved everything down and had to weld all that in again. These little areas here, I had to weld braces on this hood side, both sides, at the front and the back, making templates to match the contour of what I wanted the hood side to be. These hood sides were probably just made out of a piece of flat steel, bent, and then they did their louver and their presser louver and their little pattern in there. Well, these actually bowed the opposite direction of the car, or the cowl and the grill, so they were not very user-friendly at all. So I had to build some structure inside there to kind of hold it to the shape that I want. That's where I'm at now. I'm going to be gapping those today. This is what it looks like with all the majority of the front end sheet metal on it. Looks pretty good, I think. Let me set you down and I'll open up the hood. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is what it looks like with the hood open. That's the Dan Fink hood triple opening hood latch system, and I did go order the reinforcement bars for the hood. Comes with 2 of them. This is probably, in my opinion, is the best triple opening hood latch system you can buy as far as the structure, being structural. It's kind of neat deal because the hinge is also the latch. So that allows it to open both ways, the right or the left, or you can pull it and take it completely off. That rod there that runs into the firewall, and that's the same on both these are the same. That's for the, look in here, that's for the remote hood release from inside. That's what that is. That goes through there. Let's see this side a little better. You pull this and release it. Of course, it's supposed to be up here, and then when you pull it, it has another little part that slides on there. Let's see where we're at, and it drops down that notch and it holds it, so you don't have to have somebody inside and outside working on getting the hood on. Then when you go to put it back on, you lift it back up, and the spring pulls it back in. Anyway, that's how that works. And I've made sure that all my air conditioning and all that other crap will fit in there. That's what it looks like with the hood, and like I said, it'll tilt either way, or it will come off completely. So, yeah, it took probably 2 or 3 weeks just to get all that shit on there lined up. And like I said, I'm still not done. I got to come in here and do my door gap or my hood side gaps and shit like that. And I opted to go out, not use the factory rope seal that is supposed to be on here because it wasn't controllable for me. I wanted to be able to control my heights where I wanted them, so I put some bumpers on there, and I can shim them or grind them to get whatever surface height I want, and that's the direction I'm going to go there. You'll never see it when the hood's down, and it doesn't look too horribly bad when the hood is up. So that's the direction I'm going to go there. This little part down here, I still have to do something with this. This little guy, he's been cut off for a long time and been neglected, and is probably wanting to know what's going to go on with him, but it's still going to get welded back on the splash apron here. It'll get this surface here, it'll get welded right up against there, butt welded right up against there. And then see, when everything is said and done and this truck goes to final assembly, there will be an 1/8 inch layer of rubber isolating the frame from the fenders. Then the cab will get another 1/8 inch isolator on it. That'll raise the cab up another 1/8 inch for a total of 1/4. And then there'll be another 1/8 inch on this to separate the radiator from the mounting tab, and that'll raise that up another 1/8 inch. So by the time it's all said and done, all of our thicknesses are stacked up. If this is welded on flush here, then when it's all said and done, there will be a 1/4 inch gap from the lower surface here to this surface, and that ought to look okay. But yeah, that's got to be put on. That's pretty much basically where I'm at. I'd like to get the headlights out here and see how they look on it, and make sure the bumper, get the front bumper out here, see what it looks like on it. It's actually starting to look like it's coming together a little bit. Did get a new toy from work. It's a 20-inch disc sander. It's a 3-phase deal, so I had to, so you can see that, order a static phase converter for it to transfer it over to from single phase to 3-phase. But I've worked around that machine for the last 22 years that I've worked where I work at, and a big company come in and they were doing what they call 5S. They were going to throw it away, and everybody started griping about it, so they decided to have a little auction. So they auctioned it off, and that's where its new home is. But anyway, that's where I'm at on it. Thanks for watching. Bye.